What's up, everybody? It's Make It Make Sense. I'm here for another video. This one is probably going to be quicker than my normal live, so I've already dropped the link. I know a lot of you guys have a lot to say on this topic. It has been not only like a hot topic, a crazy topic, a hot button topic, an annoying topic. It almost feels like, when are we going to leave Garcelle alone? And y'all know I wasn't even like the hugest Garcelle fan, but um, she's kind of like won me over. So here I am now. As you guys probably know already, Garcelle's kid has gotten spammed. The spamming spanned from talking about Garcelle, talking about his older brother's drug addiction, to talking about racial stuff. Now, we're going to review it, but I want to say this. None of the kids deserve to get spammed. Their parents being on reality TV does not ensure that they are prepared and ready for what comes with that type of fame and celebrity. On the flip side, that fame and celebrity, keeps them in private schools. But anyway, I'm just kidding. No kid deserves that. uh, no kid deserves that. So let's start. Again, anybody's welcome. You guys know I haven't been doing lives as often. I've been giving you the short content that you requested, but I had to come out and go live for this one. Again, I have dropped the link. Anybody is welcome to come up, as long as you stay respectful. I got my Patron margarita, and we, for the first time, are going to be operating on a time limit. Oh, welcome. Okay, I see you guys in here. Welcome to the live. So let's start. Little dude got spammed. Let me pull some of those up. So the comments were pretty ugly. Can you please stop? Oh wow, this is smaller than I thought. um, let's see. If Oliver gets back to using drugs. Now, Oliver is Garcelle's oldest son. Garcelle did let us know that he had a drug problem and that he was happy and healthy and off the drugs. Um, the messages kept going. The messages kept going. I don't think that a 14-year-old kid needs to get this type of harassment. But let's start here. If you guys remember, I can't hear you. Okay.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. I'm just letting them know where I think it started. So
Okay.
in terms of the bots and everything, that's horrible. But if you guys remember, Garcelle has two sons, they're twins. This is also the same twin that Ericka yelled and
Yeah.
cursed at. So my impression is, because there's a lot of different opinions on this subject. I'm thinking that he's getting this much fanfare because of the fact that no other kid on reality TV has had a parent yell at the another parent or another cast member yell and curse at them. Kids are typically off limits. Now we have seen where maybe a kid jumps into something that they shouldn't have, and
Mhm.
they're technically an adult and they get what they get. But we've never, up until what Erika did to this boy, seen a adult yell or curse at someone's kid. So I am looking at it from the vantage point of, he has been embarrassed on national TV. Um, the argument can be made that maybe he shouldn't have been at that party, but whatever. We're not going into that. The facts are, Erika Jayne cursed at this little dude. Then now he is a freshman in high school. Freshmen, eighth graders, seventh graders, sixth graders, they all have Instagram. They all have some type of social media. Now
Mhm.
people are saying things about his brother. They're saying things about him, and they said racial stuff. Let me pull that up. Where is it? I know I saved it. Okay, it's this one. It said, you would have your neck nailed on if it weren't for your white daddy. Tell your mom to leave Diana alone or you'll deal with us. Now, what they're referencing is George Floyd, who we all know passed away by asphyxiation with a police officer standing on his neck.
Mm-hmm.
That is disgusting. Um, Absolutely disgusting. You can't, he shouldn't have to deal with that. Flat stop. Where are you guys at so far?
I I feel like people are also, as you said, like overlooking the timing of the situation. It's
Mm-hmm.
very strange that they all went to Hawaii. They've come back now. We've left the episode where Garcelle, for me, cleared Diana, Rinna, and Erika. And we didn't have an episode for this
Hey,
week.
Miss Bernice. Haven't
Nothing
seen her
about
in
the
a while.
kids came up. And then all of a sudden, Diana was going off on Garcelle and sharing the private message that they already read to us and making it seem like Garcelle was making light of her miscarriage just because Garcelle responded to a fan on Twitter running with a joke about Google me. And my thing is like, also Diana, don't pretend like your friends, like Rinna, were not cackling and laughing, and that Kyle didn't come up to your face cackling and laughing about how you sent that text to be petty, and you said I send nukes, I don't do jabs, I send nukes, and so it was this whole
Exactly.
tirade. It was this whole tirade, and then people, when Garcelle responded on Twitter, which also Diana was on Instagram saying she didn't have Twitter, she responded on Twitter saying, when Garcelle said, I'm not making regular miscarriages, I've had three, I would never wish that on anyone, and she added her. Diana responded, didn't at Garcelle, saying, Garcelle, there are more text messages. And then everyone was quote tweeting her or responding to her, well, release them since you're already sharing private messages. And she ignored everyone. And then the next day, all of a sudden, there are bots in this child's Instagram account. And for me, I don't like the whole, oh my God, why does he have an Instagram account? He's 14. It's pretty normal. It's pretty average. Oh my God, why does she have them on the show? Again, Sutton was even allowed to be a housewife when she was supposed to because she couldn't show her children. It's pretty normal. And then I know there was a point where people were like, well, she shouldn't have put her Oliver's business out there because that's what people were initially going at Jax for. They do talk about their business, but also Garcelle has only mentioned it 3 times very lightly about her experience as a mother. She was not running it to the ground for a storyline. It's very strange that her and Diana were going back and forth, and then all of a sudden, someone goes after Jax for things that they were not even fighting over. They weren't talking about kids. All of a sudden, the racist stuff happens the next day after the first, I guess you would call, attack. It's just very strange. Then Miss Erika talking about I apologize already when the whole thing is like, yes, and Garcelle responded, he does not want to talk to you because you're a grown woman, you've already cursed him out. I'm also kind of, some of the Black people have kind of rubbed me the wrong way in the sense of like they're saying, oh my God, he's 14, why would he be bothered by this? You don't get to decide how a child feels about something. I have certain things where like my dad's American, my mom's Jamaican. He called me the N-word for the first time. I was taken aback because I've never been called that before because that's
Who
not what
called
my
you the
mom
N
told me.
word?
My dad, he was in jail for a long time. So when he came up in my life, he got mad and he called me the N-word. I use the N-word because I'm not used to, like, I'm Black, but no one's ever called me like that. That's not in my household. So I can reflect on Jackson never being cursed at, and he can be at his mother's party. So it is weird that this is also the same child that was already, something already happened with. And Diana doesn't even have that many fans for someone to be that obsessed with her to either buy the bots or do all this themselves. That's my first initial spill.
I'll be
Yeah, her
honest with you,
approval
and
ratings are low. So who would
I'll be
back her
honest
up
with
like
you.
that?
I don't think, I don't know. I don't believe this show is so ridiculous. Anything
Ridiculous.
could be true. But this little dude who came forward claiming
Oh,
that it's his company that did
I'm
the
making like him.
bots. I feel like he's looking for attention at all costs, similar
Yeah.
to Lisa Rinna. So it could be true. But when I first heard the story, the first thing I thought was, how do we know that Rinna and Diana did this? It didn't even make. Look, I understand that Garcelle is the fan favorite. I understand that Sutton is the fan favorite. And I understand that sensationalized stories are the best to run with. Trust me, I would be making a lot more money on YouTube if I just threw out some sensational stories. So I need like facts, and I'm not sure that I believe his facts because he's
I don't believe
also
his facts.
hashtagging, let me go live my rich life. Like,
Ugh.
what? Nothing about that. And y'all know I love things that involve business, strategy, all that kind of stuff. It would make
Mhm.
no sense for someone with that type of company to spill the beans on clients, whether they paid or not, because the next client is going to be looking at you like we have no confidentiality
Mhm.
here. So
Yeah.
that's the reason why I don't necessarily believe him. Do I put anything past Rena, Erika, Diana? No. Diana has ample money to do things like this. I just need to see more facts and not from a fame whore or somebody seeking fame.
So
Where
mine
you
wasn't
at?
based on him. It was based
Hold on
on.
one.
Oh, sorry.
Hold on 1 second, Kai. We got Miss D Green. Where you at? Mrs. D Green. I'm sorry. I don't want
It's okay. It's okay. Well,
to.
mine is a little bit more kind of like just going back to this is why I feel like there should be support for Garcelle because there should just be an unspoken like line drawn in the sand that children are off limits. I don't know of any, huh? Oh, I thought she said something. I haven't heard of anything like this happening to other children. And yeah, I'm appalled. Like I'm speechless and it just makes me feel more solidified in my stance to support her because
Mm.
I knew as soon as she start kind of stepping into it and like asserting herself a little more, that's what I meant by the whole Ebony K. Williams. Ebony K, yeah, she
What do
spoke
you mean
up.
by
She
the
was
Ebony K. Williams?
okay. So remember how I was saying in the last call, Ebony K. Williams, we don't want that. That's why Garcelle's a little bit more like she doesn't speak up as much. Ebony K. Williams did not back down at any cost. And she was constantly challenged because of that. And then what did that end up doing to the show ultimately and doing to her? It's like you got to think like once everything happened with George Floyd and they started like restructuring the shows. I've seen this on, I think it was Summer House. Same thing kind of happened. Real Housewives of Dallas, same thing. They threw Tiffany Moon in there. It it's gonna reveal who is uncomfortable when they're around like a minority. I'm just very shaken by it. I
Mm-hmm.
don't like it. It's disturbing and I really hope Rena didn't do that because if I were Garcelle, I would either threaten to sue and she has to get fired, or I would quit
Rena
the
don't
show.
have no money. She got rats in her house.
No, sue the network. I would
Oh.
threaten to sue the network. Yeah.
You pulling a Nene. Okay.
Well, because that's the thing, like this has never happened and they need to stand by Garcelle. There's been a lot of injustice to people of color on these shows and they've kind of just like swept it under the rug or didn't really like, apologize on behalf of the network for that person. So they need to support Garcelle. They didn't support Ebony enough. They didn't support Tiffany Moon enough. They didn't support, I don't feel like they supported the two girls from Summer House, Sierra and I forgot the other girl name. They need to be more supportive to talent because the reality of this world is racism is still real, microaggressions are still real, classism
Well,
is
I
still
mean,
real.
I'm a fair person, so I definitely like to give you a lot of points of view. So they did come out, Bravo came out and in defense of Garcelle when
Mhm.
Bravo has technically not come out in defense of any of the other kids.
That's what I'm saying. So, but it comes to a point because no one before then, no kids were disrespected. This is some stuff that's going on set between these ladies that's the real issue. And it's kind of been a similar issue with the other shows. Jealousy, I wouldn't even necessarily say it's primarily racism, but there's jealousy because Garcelle is a fan favorite, because they don't like Sutton, and they're going a little bit too far with it. So they need to calm it down and bring it back to center because this is ridiculous.
Y'all know I did this video quick. I didn't even monetize it.
I
I
wasn't even
just came
preparing to get
on.
on. I saw you live and I was like, oh, I'm so glad he's on because I wanted to hear your take on it. I caught a little bit of Gabor's show because I haven't really been watching his show as much. And I saw you got on and I didn't feel like you really got to state your piece. So I was glad to see that you went on because I wanted to see what you thought or hear what your thoughts or opinions were on this. But
Let me
I'm
say
speechless.
this. Let me say this. Gabor is my friend in real life. So if ever you see me and Gabor disagree on something, that's what we do over the phone. It's not
Yeah.
new. Me and Gabor, so definitely continue to support Gabor. Dude is absolutely hilarious. We fall on opposite ends of the spectrum on most things, and that's why we're friends.
Yeah, no,
Because yeah, Kai, you were saying I cut you off. I'm sorry.
Oh no. I ramble, so always cut me off when you need to.
No, no,
I don't
no.
think.
This channel, you're more than welcome to state your opinion. Like this one is a hot topic because people are split in the middle. Um, G- Garcelle has staunch fans, like staunch fans. Like I have not seen this fast of a rise of a reality star since maybe like. Maybe even Nene. And the reason I say that is because Beverly Hills was never that show. And
Yeah.
these girls on this show are so hated that when somebody came in and challenged them, like Garcelle and
Mhm.
Sutton, all of a sudden they became like instant celebrities and
Yeah.
Mhm.
instant fan faves.
I don't mean to cut you off. I'll be back because I have a video date with a friend since you moved this to 8 instead of 6.
Oh, okay. All right.
Right.
A video date? Like
With
a
a
hot
friend.
video date?
Yeah, with one of my girlfriends. No.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I'm nosy.
I know you're nosy.
Oh, okay. So Miss D Green, sorry about that.
No, that's
That's
okay.
just that's what we do around here. What's up, good boy?
What's up? Hey, Kyra.
So
Hey, Miss D Green. I just
Hi.
want to come in real quick
Kyra
and
ran
say,
away because she had a hot date.
oh, well, I wanted to say that the guy Patrick, the stunt
Mm-hmm.
queen, he came out and said that he was being invited to the reunion and he would be appearing at the reunion this year. Did you see it? I was trying to
No
send it to
way. Are you
you.
for real?
I'm saying he said I'm seeing it right now on his Instagram. He said that he has been invited to the reunion. He will be at the reunion.
Hmm.
I don't believe anything that this man is saying. Everything about I'm rich. I don't know if you heard what I said, but it doesn't even make business
Mm-hmm.
sense for him to expose Rinna and think that other celebrities are going to utilize his services. That makes absolutely no sense. He would need to show us actual like redacted receipts for me to believe that this was a scheme that Ty had set up to
I'm
cover
al-
Garcelle's children.
I'm always skeptical of people who say stuff like "Thank you for the constant support" and stuff like that. Baby, ain't nobody supporting
Who's
you and doing
supporting
this.
him?
That's what he
Yeah.
said. That's
Who
what
is
he
supporting this?
said.
He sounds like the atypical LA. I know somebody who knows somebody, so I'm somebody's assistant. I have enough dirt on them to make the audience believe that I could really pull this off. I don't believe him. And I mean, the pictures I've seen of him like squatting down, like, I don't know. What's up, all this?
Drop
What's
down and get your eagle
up?
on.
What's up? What's up?
Where do you fall on this?
I think Diana's hoish ass did this, and Lisa Rinna supported it as well. That's what I think. They
What's
not,
good,
but
Smoke?
what's good boy? How you feeling?
I'm good.
That's good. That's good. Hopefully we can not be messy tonight.
We're never
Wait, on this
messy.
channel, I don't mind mess.
Well,
I
I'm
know
not
you don't.
messy.
Thank
I'm
you
not
so much
messy.
for the super chat. She says Gabor
Oh,
is greatness.
thank you, Daddy Disappointment. Y'all check out the podcast.
Madams, Hoes, and Gigolos.
Madam's Hoes and Gigolos. That's
is
the only
that it?
that's the only podcast I
That
subscribe to.
that's a good podcast name.
I'm seeing everybody amused. What's up? And I saw
Hey,
Hey,
Amuse.
Amused.
Hey everyone, how are you?
Good.
and Miss
How are
Good.
Bernice
you?
is in the house.
Oh, the
Where
Smoke.
you?
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Are we saying that Diana did it because she's the only person that can afford bots?
No, but I'm not. Not only that, but it's just she just is very kind of malicious and maniacal to me. That's the vibes I get from her to do it.
Okay.
So I think Lisa Rinna may have came up with the idea and Diana was funded. That is my theory on it.
I can see that because the timing.
Yeah.
I just feel like if Diana did this, she really has an inflated sense of self because nobody cares. Even if she were to try to make Garcelle look bad or intimidate her, she's still not anything like we don't even know when she's in a scene. I'm serious. Like, what would she gain from this? Nobody's gonna care about her before or after this. And even if Garcelle and Sutton left the show, I do honestly feel like the majority of the viewers would leave too.
Yeah, I think the ratings will go down.
Yeah.
Wow.
You think?
I think
Okay,
she's
so
just upset because Garcelle doesn't like her. Well, she's not like her, but she's not being friendly with her.
She doesn't care for her. She's like, okay, you got a lot of money, whoop-de-doo. So does everybody else.
Yeah, I think that seems to
Garcelle got mad at her because I think that Garcelle got mad at Diana because she checked Sutton and made Sutton sit in her assigned seat on the plane.
No, that was funny.
and Garcelle was up. That's where it started, though. That's what she told her, girl, go to your seat. Go to the seat. No, don't sit next to me. You're aggressive. Go to your seat. And Garcelle said, don't put my name on the thank you card.
I think Garcelle just had her side eye at her, like since the second episode when they were at the dinner and Sutton had to pull out the benefit tickets. Yeah, the receipts. Why do you blindly come into a situation defending your friend and like standing on it like matter of factly as if your friend's telling the truth when you weren't even around when everything jumped off? So if I were Garcelle, I'd be side-eyeing. Sorry, I'm tired. Diana as well because the way she came in, she came in one-sided.
I think Diana knows that Garcelle knows she's full of rubbish.
Wait, Sebastian came and left
because he saw me and Gabor on the same panel. He was like, "Oh crap!"
Thank you for the super chat, Cody. She says, for your monetization, friend. I never forget to do my monetization, but today, I don't know. I was rushing.
You better collect them Google coins. Google's $1 billion company. You better get your money.
I don't know if I'll be getting $1 billion. I don't know if I'll be getting $1 billion, but, you know, a little jingle jangle in my pocket. So, Smoke, what's your real feelings? Where are you at? You can be unfiltered.
No, I would not be surprised. Like I don't watch the Beverly Hill Housewives. I just watch y'all reviews because I feel like I said what I said. Gabor, I don't watch.
It's the best show on TV. It's the best reality show. It's the best. Really.
Gabor, you just saying that because you on Erika's payroll and you live in Los Angeles. So stop.
Child, you know I wouldn't. I mean, but you know if they trying to get away with 27B, you know I'll be over there.
I don't want to be on Erika's payroll, but I'll be on Diana's. Go ahead.
The best shows on Bravo right now is Married to Medicine, and I'm sticking by it, and we're gonna leave it at that anyway. For me, like I wouldn't be surprised that like they would come up with this kind of thing because they did it to like I guess Denise Richards and like LVP like got certain people off the show, so I would not be surprised if they cocked this up to maybe try to run Garcelle off the show as well because they realize that the tide is changing. And like I read something that Kimora Lee Simmons, she's considering joining Beverly Hills Housewives for next season. That's the alleged rumor. I don't know how true that is, but it's kind of like, you know, y'all tired, y'all dusty, y'all old, your time has run out. New Supremes are emerging on the Housewives of Beverly Hills. So just bow out gracefully and let the new girls take it. And just like, you know, start a podcast, go on Teddy's podcast or something, or maybe sell some milk or something, or diapers. I don't care.
I would love for Kimora to come on. She's
perfect for it.
Beautiful. She's money. She has a financial scandal. Y'all know that her billionaire new husband isn't really a billionaire, and he was scamming people, and supposedly
he's still married
in on it.
And her Me Too ex-husband.
Gabor, stop. What we not gonna do is bring Russell Simmons in.
Yes, we are. Hey, Kimora Lee Simmons. If her last name is Simmons, we still gonna bring it up.
She's just using
she
it for
didn't
the
change
clout.
Her name.
No, it's still Kimora Lee Simmons, baby. That you know,
she would still get her back blown out by Jayne Hanso. Would still have some Simmons to her last name.
He didn't have no money. I don't blame her.
They probably
he had something else.
He probably was doing. He probably was helping both of them.
The Kimora said, because I watched this interview, she said that they've been asking her for years to do it, and she's never even taken the meeting. And then when they were urging her on this interview, she said, maybe I'll, reach out and take the meeting. But I don't really want to get into drama. I think she probably needs the money nowadays, because she thought she was going to do rebrand to Baby Fat, and that fell through. So
I thought Baby Fat was still going on. Did it actually like bankrupt or blow out or something?
But you know, she got a lot of stuff going on. She got, what's the name of the shoe company? Mrs. D Green Fab, something Fab. That's her company as well.
I remember that they had given her
I'll look it up.
a percentage of one of those new, like, it was like a new thing back in the day, early 2010s maybe, where you could start ordering your shoes online for really cheap. She was entrenched in that. I don't know if she's still partnered with that, but that was when she still had enough celebrity to pull those kind of deals.
But I think that she's set up well financially, her and her children. I don't think that she needs the fat. I don't think that she needs. I mean, Bravo ain't giving out $5 million contracts. You know what I'm saying?
I think they should give, if Kathy could get $1 million, I think that Kimora would be worth more than $1 million. And what's her name got $1 million a year for 5 years. That was her contract, Denise Richards. So I don't know. I don't believe that Porsha is getting $5 million.
No, they ain't giving her no damn $5 million memes for what?
It's so funny. It just, when you hear people say stuff like that, you could just tell that they have no relation to money. You know what I'm saying? Like, for them to offer Porsha a $5 million contract is ludicrous.
Especially since Nene never pulled that, or Candy. I don't know. Porsha was doing it for $1 million when she was on.
If they're giving Porsha $5 million, she would have to tell us when she slept with the stripper, provide the video, tell us when she started sleeping with Simon while he was still married to Fallon. She would need to provide the actual, admit to hitting Dennis's mother because she wanted to beat her ass on that vacation. She would have to admit to a lot of stuff and be open to being challenged for that kind of money. And she's not that transparent and open to do any of that.
You know what? Y'all want to hear something?
Talk to me.
Okay, so I think I kind of figured out who Porsha's African prince was.
It was Simon's cousin.
No, there is a dictator in Papua
New
Guinea. Papua New Guinea. There's a dictator who kind of assumed power. Papua New Guinea is like one of the poorest countries in the world. They had a dictator who assumed power, and he assumed power at the right time because they found oil. So now that is a rich oil reserve, and he has put his children in places of power. This is supposed to be a democratic country. His son is extremely flashy. You'll see him like on French media going and buying $85,000 suits at one time, driving around Rolls Royce.
Wait, I've seen this.
Tricking off money, right?
Oh,
tricking off money. It would only make sense that this type of man will be the one that will go after, just banging somebody like Porsha. Now, here's why I think it's him. I think it's him because he bought like a $30 million house with his country's money, and that ties into that story with Porsha. And that house that Mauricio had sold in Malibu, he's the one who bought
Sebastian. It. I think Sebastian found it. I don't think it's Papua New Guinea. It's Equatorial Guinea. Because
yes, that's it. Equatorial. My bad.
Because I saw a documentary. They're doing it on this country, and the son was like he was in Paris, and like they were shutting down stores and bringing in all these suits and watches and diamonds for him. And I'm looking like, how are you doing this when your country that people barely have electricity or running water consistently?
So that's who I think. I'm gonna keep doing a little bit of a deep dive before I bring that story out. But yeah, I think it's him. It would only make sense. Who else would trick off? I think Porsha got that $80,000 Birkin before really anybody was carrying that Croc Birkin, and her like $300,000-$400,000 Rolls Royce. It would only make sense to do with somebody whose money is kind of like money is not an issue.
Yes.
Oh
I know.
Wait. Oh Lord.
What?
Porsha's only friend.
Who said that?
Hey, Angela.
Hey, Angela.
Hi. And it's Shoe Fab, Gabor. I've been waiting to say that.
Shoe Fab. Okay.
Yeah.
What's up, Porsha's only friend?
Or just Fab. I'm so tired.
I felt like Porsha and some defending. Everybody was out here having a Porsha trash. She is so worth $5 million, and I don't have a relationship with money.
What body part of hers is worth $5 million?
Um,
That's what I thought.
I'm not allowed. Never mind.
You're not allowed to what? You can be Porsha's fan. You can be whoever's fan you want. If you like trash individuals, that's up to you.
Did you just call her trash, man?
No, I didn't. I alluded to her being a trash individual, but I didn't call her trash.
That's a little bit too giving to call her just a trash individual.
I
And I used to be a Porsha fan, but after that first season of Family,
I'm glad you've seen the
Mega,
light.
it's not that. Well, I mean, it's not about seeing the light. I mean, she's good TV, but I was looking like, if you're willing to attack your child's grandmother over something petty, I'm like, something ain't coming up to all floors of your brain.
Oh, that crazy bitch.
Yeah, her spinoff show, it was a disaster.
That grandmother was.
Okay, yo, hold on.
We
gotta go. We gotta go back to Garcelle because this one is a quick video. I have some company coming over.
Oh, you got company coming over? Did he fly in from Dubai? Or did she fly in from Dubai?
I'm at the shower now, about the oil down. I can't wait till you
Did y'all hit the like button?
All right, Mims. Mims is like, I got a mortgage to pay off. I know that's right.
Where are we at on likes?
Get that money, Mims. Make sure you make it clap.
Porsha's only friend, are you watching Beverly Hills?
Oh, yeah. And I have seen all of the stuff about Garcelle's son. And I think it's disgusting that pastors thought it was okay to harass her son as long as he wasn't racially harassing him.
Okay, so you disagree with it. What do you think about all of the people coming out to support Garcelle in this, but they did not go out to support any of the other kids who've been like spammed or harassed for their parents being on the show? Do you have any thoughts on that?
I don't think her adult son needed have our support. I do think Porsha needed to have support, Kyle's daughter, because I think that when if middle school age or younger, they can't stand up for themselves, or some of them can, but it's not fair to miss them.
Man, you still there?
Yeah, no, I'm here. I'm sorry. My sister is texting me, even though I told her I was live.
I have a question because I've been thinking about. Oh, sorry, I didn't know she was still going.
Can you understand anything I'm saying?
Yes, I can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
I did hear you mention Porsha in that, and I didn't like it, but okay. Oh, you got Miss D. Green. What were you saying?
Well, okay, because I was thinking about with the other women and their children. So when things were mentioned about the other children, did the women like ever bring it up, how disgusted they were, and like even mention it, like let it faze them? Did it bother them, and did they make it like a public knowledge that it bothered them?
Porsha's was very public.
Yeah.
I know that.
But that was out of reaction of her supporting what happened with Jax and Erika, and then laughing in that scene with Dorit, PK, and Mauricio. It's still not right, but that was the reason why that happened. And because Kyle's really not a fan favorite, I mean, that's why Garcelle is. I mean, that's what I'm just saying. That's why Garcelle is getting the support that she's getting, because she does have more fans. And it's, I don't see anything wrong with her having such a strong support system. I actually think it's fabulous. It's about time. On that franchise, at least.
I mean, people have said things. I know one of the things I really didn't like was all of the people who said that Porsha's daughter was slow. I saw that a lot online.
They said that she was slow. They said that she looked like Dennis with a bow. Not only did Eva say it, it was a funny comment. People was going around putting pictures of Dennis with a bow on. I remember Porsha had combed her hair. You know, they have these. I'm pretty sure Miss Dinker, because she got a daughter, but they have these little ponytails that they put in kids' hair nowadays. And she put those in her head. They were saying that the little girl was gonna grow up to be a thigh just like her mama because she had the weave in her head. They told Riley that Riley was too big. They said that Blaze was ugly. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have seen these Bravo kids be attacked.
Yeah, I mean, that doesn't make it right. And there should be some questioning why Bravo never stood up in defense of the children. You know, it's sad, but now that they're doing it, I'm not going to sit there and like minimalize her children being defended and then bring up past experiences and then compare it. Because I mean, I feel like that just negates the whole support for Garcelle. I think that's what that's about. And that's why it's such a polarizing issue and everybody's split. But Bravo overall is problematic. I'm really starting to see it. It's like, it's hitting me a little bit more. Like, it's getting to a point where I don't even like to watch the shows. I listen to more of the reviews. That's a Bravo issue.
I'm really starting to not to like anything but Beverly Hills right now. Like, I'm so tired of Atlanta at this point.
Yeah,
I don't even watch Atlanta all the time. I don't know. I don't know that. Let me just say this. I don't think that Bravo releasing a statement really moves the needle either way it goes. And all of the other women now releasing a statement, that doesn't move the needle. That's not going to stop the bots. I personally think that Bravo is doing this because of past stuff that has gone on with Garcelle. But I don't think that Lisa Rinna, Ericka, Jayne, Diana denying the bots, Sutton, what is that going to do? So I think Garcelle as a mom has to make some hard decisions. If this is really affecting her in such an adverse way, she might just have to have her sons, although it sucks for them, private their accounts. Or have some type of, like, I know I can buy something called a night bot, which will minimize bots. I mean, there's things that you could do. It would suck for a kid who didn't ask for their mom to be on a reality show. Probably the way those kids look, they don't even want to film on that show. But, you know, your mom says you got to do it. You got to do it. That's bringing money into the house. It would suck, but Garcelle might have to just private their accounts.
Maybe she probably have to come off the show.
Get rid of the problem. And I honestly,
she probably have to get off the show.
Yeah, or get rid of Rinna and Diana. And I actually think Erika can come out on the other side of this if she just changes her perspective and approach a little bit. And I think if they remove the toxic influence, Erika, because I honestly, Erika had to be strong and she had to be tough. She did. If she had the lifestyle that she had growing up, becoming a young mother, having a strip, being with a problematic father, and just having goals to, you know, accomplish certain things for herself. And then some of the things that she says she went through with Tom and, you know, the marriage, the power dynamics, she's had to be strong and she puts up that facade to protect herself. I think if she just let that down and just like letting loose kind of like how she is right now, but then become a little bit more vulnerable. She needs to be more vulnerable.
Because the first attack on little Jack.
She was just
one to attack him.
It wasn't an attack. She was just loose with her words. She was loose with her words because she's dealing with a lot. You know, I don't like the woman, but honestly, I wouldn't know what I would do if I were in that situation either. So I think Erika can come out on this. Rinna's got to go. Point blank, I'm not, because I think she has something to do with it, as well as Diana. Because Diana, I think, is jealous that Garcelle is a fan favorite. She probably thought she was going to be a favorite because she has so much fabulosity, and it just backfired because she was on the wrong team. Sorry.
Do you think Bravo did it just to create a storyline? And then, no. I mean, that's honestly.
Can I ask a question from the bottom of my heart? Can I ask a question from the bottom of my heart?
Oh, Lord.
Oh, gosh. From the bottom of your heart.
Yeah. Who named Garcelle a fan favorite?
We did, Gabor. We named her fan favorite.
I've always liked her.
Okay. I just, I never
I
knew.
was listening to you the other night and you like Garcelle. I think you just hurt. You
heard about what?
That she married a white man, that she has biracial children, that she carries herself a certain way. I think that part of that you don't like about her.
This is the funny part about that. I honestly could care less if Garcelle was married to a white man or her biracial children. It's funny that people would say that because I am, and Mims can tell you, I'm a person who really just let everybody to let be, and so I don't even like when people. Mims got a friend that was on there trying to down talk Republicans, right? You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't think that anybody should be shamed for whatever that they do. You know what I'm saying? So for you to say that, no, that's funny to me. But
no, but you facilitate people making comments, and you don't like downplay it on your channel.
Like
when you have panelists making statements like that. Oh, she chose that man because she thought that was going to be a better life.
I do believe that. I think that. I believe that.
I've heard people on your channel say it, and as you being the host, by you not like shutting it down, that's why I was like, I could see why you would believe that.
Let me take this one. Gabor's channel is meant to be funny. Gabor will let you know he's not taking this stuff serious. Now, sometimes he goes a little serious with it if he gets annoyed, but for the most part, this dude is just joking. And it's lighthearted. So you go to his channel when you want a good laugh. Not to speak for you, Gabor. I know you're up here, but we do go at it about like reality TV all the time off camera. And I don't get anything from him like he is condemning people who choose to have interracial relationships. He just says sometimes off the cuff, off color kind of things, but there's nothing that he means by that. If I said that correct, Gabor.
I honestly I honestly don't care. Okay, it's funny because y'all would say that, but y'all say that I love Candy, so it's funny that people would bring that to, you know what I'm saying? That people would say that.
Well, I'm just saying there were comments made by your panelists, not necessarily you, but there were comments made, and you didn't question it. You were kind of like, oh, tell the truth now, don't go there. And I was like, oh, does he believe that? That's why I asked that question in your chat today, and I made that statement because I was like, I hope that's not what he thinks, because there are people on your channel that perpetuate that thought process, and I'm like, if that's how they're thinking, I can't subscribe to that, because I'm a Black woman married to a white man, and I do get that type of treatment sometimes from our own people.
What?
And so if that's what that's about, well, looking at me like I'm a traitor, like I'm sleeping with the overseer.
No, I don't think that. No, I don't. No, I don't
overseer.
Think that.
Yeah, I'm being vulnerable. So like that's like for me, I was like, oh no, I can't. I understand things are funny, but like when people are going a little bit too deep about it,
I haven't said that.
No, you haven't, but there's people on your panel that perpetuate that, and I'm like, oh god.
Sis, a word of advice. You got to get into the gutter with them sometimes. I got into one-on-one.
I'm big on energy, and I don't know if you've ever been on a panel with me. I've never really gotten nasty. I get funny and I get sassy, but I don't subscribe to that type of energy.
The only thing that I don't like about Garcelle, this is the funny thing, and I was saying this earlier, is that I wish that y'all could have seen. I think that y'all met me when Garcelle raised the paddle. You know what I'm saying? But if y'all could have saw me before she had raised the paddle, I liked Garcelle. When she raised the paddle, it was okay. But when I found out that when she went to the reunion and lied about raising the paddle and not paying the money and told Kyle, you better stop, you better watch what you're saying. And it turned out that she did not pay. And then she had to go on Twitter and apologize. I'm like, oh my God. Now, then she tried to use it as a racial thing to me. I was like, oh no.
I don't. But okay. So I
feel like race gets brought up by her. I don't feel like she's pandering to us to get us to buy into things, but maybe there's things going on set that we don't see. Things that she's dealing with, interactions, because they could turn it on for the camera. And then there's editing. They could edit it to take certain things out. But as far as what she's going through when she's live and direct, we don't know.
I think that what we saw on the show is that Garcelle went after Kyle. She had been going at Kyle. She went on Kyle on Twitter. She went on Kyle on Watch What Happens Live. She went at Kyle on Wendy. She went on Kyle when she got that award. You know what I'm saying? She went at Kyle. And the first time she said something back to Kyle, Kyle said something back to her at the reunion was that she raised her paddle and didn't pay. Garcelle basically, before she even said that she raised a powder and didn't pay, she was telling Kyle was telling her, girl, I've never been nothing but nice to you, and you're going around here dragging me. She was like, oh, okay, Kyle, you're doing too much. It was, I just couldn't remember. Remember, she backpedaled. I couldn't remember anyone's name when I said who was the most non-welcoming person on the show. She like literally backpedaled after everything that she said as she talked about Kyle. And once the first Kyle finally said something back to her, all of a sudden it's like, oh, well, but do you understand how that looks to me as a black person?
But hold on, really, really, really quick, because I said this on Good Boy's show and I meant it. I did not like that at all. The whole, as a black person, I take you saying that I didn't pay a certain kind of way because it looks a certain kind of way. This is a reality show, guys. It's not real. Garcelle doing, or Kyle doing that to Garcelle is no different than when before Candy had found out, before we found out that Phaedra had made those, allegations up, when they were at the reunion going back and forth, Candy did the same thing to her also about a charity event. Phaedra had a charity event that everybody had gone to. Candy donated $5,000. Shady Phaedra sent her a receipt for $500, which meant that Phaedra was going to use that other $4,500 as a tax write-off. And Candy called her out on the reunion about that. And I was like, damn, it was good. It was juicy. It was messy. It's everything that we want. I don't think that is fair to, if all things are created equal, it was a shady thing to say, but I did not like that Garcelle said, as a black woman, you can't say that to me. If I have any dirt to use against you and I don't like you, I'm going to use the dirt. And I'm going to do it at the most opportune time. Now, this other stuff, like I said, I do not agree. If she wants to come out and speak freely about how she feels, about her son being attacked, and maybe she's going through some stuff like, I put my children in harm's way by doing this show. They would have never experienced this if I wasn't there. I'm comfortable with her doing that. And I'm very comfortable with Bravo and whoever else coming out in support of her. I don't feel like that's pandering. I feel like that's just a mom opening up.
Yeah. As far as the paddle thing, because I'll be honest, that could be wrong, but I'll be honest and say I stand in my bias. When Garcelle joined the show, she had my unwavering support, because I had told you in the last video. No, seriously, she did, because I was like, okay, I know this is going to be interesting because she's going to be the first black, and that was the big thing, the first black person on Beverly Hills. And before then, the only person of color they had before that was Joyce, and Joyce went through hell, and Bravo did not back her up. So I was like, okay. She went through it. They did not back her up, and I was mad. That's why I always kind of went in and out with Beverly Hills.
It was in Carlton too, right?
I did a video about that where
that was wrong. So then when Garcelle joined, I was like, okay, let's see how this goes. And then once I saw that she was kind of moving around doing her thing, I was like, okay, this is okay. Garcelle, she'll be fine. And then the second season came around for Garcelle, and then that's when all the stuff happened with Ericka. And then insert Sutton. Her and Sutton become close because Sutton's asking all the hard questions. Garcelle's also kind of questioning some things. And that just further solidified my support, because she wasn't acting like the other women being fake. They know they had questions. They know they had concerns, but they never brought it up. They never brought it up.
They know that they read it. Kyle was producing the show. Kyle was trying to make it seem, baby, Kyle and Lisa read everything that was on their paper. But she was trying to get Sutton to say it in front of the camera. Like, oh, girl, what did it say? I didn't read it. And she was getting agitated with Sutton. Like, girl, what did it say? What did it say? I didn't read it. What did it say? What did it say?
Exactly. And I feel like that's... Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, Deborah. Go ahead.
Carlton was on there with Joyce, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Carlton was on there. So my thing is like, okay, that could be wrong, but it's like I see all the politics and all that petty, like, catty stuff they do, that rich woman stuff they do, and I'm just like, no, they're trying to get Garcelle to join their side because they want to push Sutton out because she's problematic and Garcelle's not biting the bait. And that's how they operate. They operate from a place of, it's like hierarchical. We're been here the longest. You need to, and you need to fall in line with us because we've been here the longest, and Garcelle's not budging. Again, solidifying my support on her. So I just, that's why I just, when I hear certain things I choose to look over. That paddle thing, that's just gonna fly over my head, because I'm like, please, all the petty stuff I've seen those women do on that show, that's nothing.
It just was. I think that when she, said that, she made it a bigger deal. They do these things. They try to get each other. That's the whole point of the reunion. Oh, you're shady towards me? I'm gonna do it. Hold on one second, Ange. While we were discussing that, it got me thinking. I don't know if you guys have ever thought about it like this, but they attacked the highest paid. When it was Lisa Vanderpump, they wanted her off the show because they didn't feel like she got the kind of harsh criticism they got. It moved to Denise. None of them had a contract like Denise. Denise came in, she really wasn't doing too much, and she started off making, I think her contract was $1 million per season, and she was guaranteed 5 seasons. Nobody is guaranteed that. So what do? They go after Denise. And now that Sutton and Garcelle are coming up in the ranks, and they are not falling in line, they're attacking them. Yeah. But I think it has a lot to do with money.
I think that Garcelle probably should leave the show.
Garcelle should definitely not leave the show.
No, one of them need to leave.
What's up,
Sorry. Isn't it time to forgive Garcelle for the paddle?
Oh, she's talking to Gabor.
What did she say?
Is it time to go ahead and forgive Garcelle for the paddle?
No.
It was I feel like it was just an honest mistake and an oversight. My point is, when it came up at the reunion, she should have said something like, bitch, I don't care. And it would have been deaded. You know what I mean? It would have been, oh, I got Garcelle deaded it and moved on. When it was like, you can't say this to a black woman. To me, that kind of fell flat, because anybody can say what, like, you're catty to Kyle can be catty to you. And you just move on. Like Nene said, it's other words. You throw something at me, I throw something back at you. And that's what we like about these shows.
I know, but you got to think also the demographic. Beverly Hills, not only if you are black and you don't pay, if you don't pay, period, you're going to be looked at negatively if there's some some sort of financial discord you're dealing with. So to couple that with being black, I think it carries a little bit more weight on that franchise. A statement like that wouldn't be a big deal in, Potomac, or it wouldn't be a big deal in Orange County.
Is there a rule? So I'm just playing devil's advocate here. Is there a rule book of things that can and cannot be said to Garcelle? That's what... No. I get what you're saying. I'm just like, if I was on a cast with, all people of another race, and it has to be difficult. B, all of these women are doing all these crazy things with all this money, and Garcelle is, she's a working actress and stuff like that, and a single mother. And I do think that they try to be a little bit more boisterous with their wealth here, and try to throw it around and stuff like that. I think Garcelle has done a good job of acclimating. I just, I don't know. I think Kim, when Kim talked about Candy having a pool inside, saying, oh, you're black, you don't need to tan. Or when Brandy told Joyce, I'm sure you can't swim because you're black. Or whatever. Those things are outward. That to me was a lowbrow, I'm gonna get you. You raised that paddle and didn't pay, I'm gonna get you. And you just get her back. She talked about her clothes and said she was fake throughout the season. That to me did not read super, super racial. Like Kim saying Nene had roaches. Just to me personally. But I mean,
those types of comments towards Garcelle, I don't necessarily view as racial, but as a supporter, I'm going to be a little bit more on the defense when it comes from someone like Kyle, because I don't like Kyle. It's as simple as that for me. I don't like Rinna. It's as simple as that for me.
Either.
And as far as like, like the rules and stuff, we watch all these shows for different reasons, right? We watch Atlanta for the fabulous reads. We watch Potomac because they keep it interesting. And we watch Beverly Hills because of the fabulosity. Sorry,
but it got to this point now that they don't even show the fashion tags no more. We don't even see the price tags no more.
And that's not Garcelle's fault, Gabor.
It is. Ever since she joined the show now, they don't even show the price tags anymore. We don't know how much nothing costs anymore.
No, I think that might have more to do with Ericka. Ericka,
no, we do.
She's got some legal stuff going on. They don't want to be showing prices.
That's not true. That's not true at all. They should not be showing prices. No, no. That's what Gabor said is not true. We just saw the price of Kyle and Sutton's purses.
But that's what they do it when Garcelle's not on the screen, though. When they go shopping and stuff now, they because she wasn't there, they was like, okay, we can show it, but we don't want to show her little $5 bag. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's stuff like that.
No, I think
this is a prime example of him joking and playing. You know what I mean?
Are you joking and playing, Gabor?
A little bit.
Okay, I'm like, I need to hear from you.
No, I'm joking.
Yeah, because Gabor, for a while, I couldn't watch your channel, man. I was like, oh my God, my blood pressure would go up. Because there's one thing. No, seriously, there's one thing for you to say it, but then when you got like your peanut gallery joining in and kind of like backing you up.
No, I don't say peanut gallery. I think that everybody just have different opinions about stuff. I really have me with Garcelle was that she got on this show. Like I said, I was raised from people that we just wanted to be let be and be treated. I don't need to be treated. I don't need to be mistreated, but just treat me the same way that you treat everybody else and we're fine. You know what I'm saying? To me, with Garcelle, it comes off as she wants special attention. You literally, when they called your whole first season, she say something back to you. And then it's like, oh, as a Black woman, do you understand? Would you have said it to one of the white women? You know what I'm saying? To me, I feel like that she does a lot of dog whistling, in my opinion.
Oh, Ericka, I want to bring that up. Bring this back to the whole thing, the whole reason we're here. I think that Ericka dog whistled, and this is why. That comment that she made about, she released a statement basically saying she condemned the actions of, what they did to. Yeah, she released a statement here. We are shocked and appalled at all the social comments directed at Garcelle's son. We urge our viewers and social followers alike to refrain from targeting our cast and their families with harmful rhetoric. She also released a statement a couple hours ago saying, she didn't do the bots. But it was this statement that I think is a dog whistle. It says, I didn't see Bravo making every post about leaving kids alone when the woke mob was coming after your son for being law enforcement in 2020. Now, there's a few issues with that. That woke mob is definitely a dog whistle. It is definitely a dog whistle. Now, I'm not trying to get into politics here, but I think you guys know what I'm saying. Certain supporters use the whole fake woke thing to attack Black Lives Matter and all that kind of stuff. And I'm not saying with all the stuff going on with Black Lives Matter, I'm supporting it. I'm just letting you guys know it's a dog whistle. And for Ericka to say exactly to me screams that she knows what's up. Now, I went back because y'all know I'm thorough. I did not see anything from 2020 where her son was attacked for being a law enforcement officer. In 2021, somebody was reading her and they called her son a PUSSY. And then she went off on a whole tangent about it. But to me, that's still conversely different than having a 13-year-old or 14-year-old get spammed. I'm sorry. Calling, and then to say, this is the audacity of it all. To say that him being a PUSSY is people being against the police and the fake woke mob. When we saw what happened on January 6th and we saw what happened recently when FBI raided and all that kind of stuff, and now all of a sudden those people are against the police. So I'm saying you got to pick a side in this whole scenario. I do not believe that somebody calling her son a PUSSY under one of her comments is the same as a kid getting spammed. It's a reach.
Yeah, I agree.
A dog whistle.
But Ericka wasn't really obnoxious in her response, which again goes back to my point in I feel like if she just took the walls down and just came out and was a little bit more humbled and more vulnerable and stopped trying to like make excuses or like beeline certain topics or her being persecuted for things, because I've seen moments of that on the show. I think she could gain her fans back. And if they get rid of Rinna, it'll be easy for her, because I liked Ericka when she first came on. I did. I thought she was different.
On your own.
I liked her too.
No, she was bad. I loved her. And I love when they went to New York and, you know, she was giving it back to Bethany because Bethany can be tough, and Ericka stood in it. You know, she didn't let Bethany railroad her. And I liked the way she dressed, and I liked how ambitious she was to reinvent herself. But go back to that, you know, and be a little bit more humble.
The way she dressed.
No, for the show, the fashions were nice, but they were kind of basic. Ericka and Dorit elevated it when they came onto the show.
Misty Green.
What?
Knowing what we know now, and knowing that woman went to Bethany's house, and Bethany knew exactly who she was and what her husband was doing, and that it was all a fraud. Does that make you look at that scene differently now? Bethany's boyfriend had told her that they had no money, that the man was borrowing money to keep his business afloat, and that he was secretly sending like provocative pictures to any videos to anybody who would look of Ericka. Like
it does, but also I've heard some unsavory things about how Bethany is as well with the other women. So like, you know, her wanting to be like top dog and just, you know, wanting things to go her way, not really being supportive in certain ways, but yet advocating like she's about empowering women, but she doesn't empower the cast. I've heard certain interviews come out about like people their interactions with her on the set. And I liked that. I still like Bethany, but after hearing that, I mean, it doesn't change much. She should have said it then at the time if she had that type of information, and she didn't. So I don't know.
I mean, how do you put that out for somebody who's not really your enemy?
Yeah, you like, whisper it somewhere.
She had told Kyle. She told Kyle and she told Andy. And they told her, no, that's not the case. Even though Kyle had said from the beginning, oh, I've never seen a lawyer live like Tom does.
I don't know. Maybe a little.
What's up, Larger?
Hey, Larger.
Hi, Larger.
Happy Friday!
Yay!
We're talking about Garcelle again. I had to leave Gabor's channel because we had to stop talking about it over there. Can we talk about it over here? Am I too late to keep talking about it?
No, go for it. Where you at?
Well, as I was outraged about the initial attack upon Jax, young sire Jax, who was just a wee child in this horrible, horrible world. And he was attacked by these ferocious bots who were sent out by the evil Queen Renault, allegedly per her evil knight Patrick. But Patrick came to the court and he fell upon the court's mercy, and he revealed that yes, indeed, it was a true attack upon the young sire. And he was so taken aback that the attacks did not stick to the topic at hand, which was his older brother's previous addiction, which is actually, you know, we don't have to talk about that right now. But that was a really weird thing to attack him with to a 14. Like, were they trying to make him S word? Like, what would, maybe he didn't even know his brother had went through that. There is a 30-year, like the dude's 30, right? So maybe they didn't even know that his brother was going through that.
But the mama said it on the show.
But he didn't, but just like the other ladies say, what if the kid didn't watch the show? What if she believes her kid doesn't watch the show?
But do you think that the mama would put that about the older brother on the show if she didn't let the other kids know?
And well, even if she did, it doesn't give anybody a right to weaponize it and put it to a 14-year-old that their brother should have OD'd. Like, that's ridiculous. There's nothing that excuses that.
I'm not excusing it.
I think it was Bravo, you know, the more I think about it.
I mean, in this world, I wouldn't be surprised.
They did actually release a statement finally, huh? And I don't think that Garcelle had anything to do with the statement. I don't think they released the statement because of her tears They don't give a F about Black Lady Tears at Bravo. We all know. They're not trying to care about that. There was a petition that was going around that in the petition actually stated, make Bravo say something about what was going on against Garcelle's son because it was atrocities. They said it, the petition disappeared, and now Garcelle's tears are to blame. No, they don't care about Black Lady Tears, I'm telling you. They don't.
This is Erika's son.
Oh, well, did he get, so he got some blowback, Erika needs it to be about her. She's such an attention-seeking trash garden tool. And I'm just like, lady, you didn't even, she's like, well, when my son, I thought your son, we didn't need to talk about your son. I thought we don't get to talk about him. But now we get to talk about him when we're talking about the Black lady's son. Have 18 seats on Spikes.
Yeah, that's why I was like, did they speak out about like the stuff that was done to their kids? I don't think they spoke out as much.
Yeah,
she spoke out about this, and even though it wasn't under his comments, it was under her comments.
She spoke out about it today, right? We're talking to EJ, right? She spoke out about it, or did she speak out about it previously? If she did, can somebody let me know?
It was 2021 when it happened, and it was she spoke out about it. She talked about it. Actually, I have that. Let me put.
Okay, yeah, please put that up, because if she brought it to the forefront and Bravo didn't say anything, then that's because it's a whole different situation. The man is grown. We're talking about a 14-year-old child being targeted and attacked. Okay.
This is what was said about him. And it was under her tweets. I will cry laughing if Erika Jayne, PUS, blah, 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 son has to put the cuffs on this B word. Karma at its probably effing finest. Jayne wasted no time calling out the Twitter user for criticizing her son. Was that criticizing her son? Imagine a prosecutor calling. Hold on, let me take this off. Imagine
they were going after Erika in that statement. It sounds like
they were
mainly Erika, but using her son.
Exactly. Imagine a prosecutor calling a police officer a PUS on Twitter. You think I didn't see you? She replied, seemingly referencing the anonymous troll describing herself as a legal eagle in her Twitter bio. To me, I mean, it's reaching, but the fact that she agreed with that person.
That's very telling. That was more her. I know she probably has blue line flag in her closet somewhere. I don't know. She's really revealing herself to be.
You think that Erika would be a dominatrix for our former president? I could see that.
For 40 years. Yeah, and she would love to urinate on him.
Oh my God. Demonetization.
I don't think he'd be interested in him.
That's a bodily function.
To make a comment on that statement Erika made to defend her son, and then exactly again, I don't, Erika, I'm on one side or the other. However, I see what she means by the exactly, because Bravo didn't step up and say anything in defense of her son when he was being attacked. Because he's never been on the show.
Exactly. And it's still her child. No matter how old he is, it's still someone's child. It's still her son. Let me say it.
But I think they did it because of the side of what her son was on, like to side with the police officer when they're trying to do this revamping because of everything that happened in 2020. That's probably why they didn't say anything. Or honestly, they just weren't thinking about it because they didn't really start making apologies until this year. They never apologized to Ebony. They never apologized to Tiffany Moon. She went through some stuff with that cast on Dallas, but they fired Leanne, and then when it got out of control, then they had to shut the show down.
Yeah.
And then with Ebony, go ahead.
No. Continue. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying, like, they've never had that, that type of approach before for PR to apologize if someone's family's been disrespected. So maybe they're just turning a new leaf and, this stuff that's going on the cast, because they see it. They're like, no, we need to make a stand. A lot of our demographic is, they're minorities, they're women, they're gay. We need to take a stand on things like this if we're going to continue to keep our fan base, because their shows are declining. So if they didn't say anything, could you imagine like what we would be saying next week as fans?
I don't know that what I just showed you would warrant Bravo coming out. Erika was
This one from last week.
I agree with
this
you,
thing
man.
from 2021. I will cry laughing if Erika Jayne's PUSSY son has to put the cuffs on this curse word. Karma at its finest. I don't think that would warrant them coming out. I just don't.
But why would they call her son a pussy? Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
They're calling her son a name and they don't even know him. Tommy's never been on the show.
How many of those
she
were
did.
there, Mims?
That's the only thing that I found. And trust me, I looked.
And I only say this because I'm a mom. I'm a mom, so my maternal instinct is kicking in here.
I get it. I just don't think I don't think that these two things are the same. And like I said before, the equivalent would have been if anything racial was said about Porsha. Like Porsha is a Jewish person. If they would have came at Porsha when they were attacking Kyle on Porsha's page, then I would have considered equivalent. And I do believe that Kyle came out about the attacks that they had on Porsha.
She didn't.
So how did it make the news?
So what happened was somebody had made a tweet. So it's so fun. So what's happening is it's like when it comes to Garcelle, it has to be the apologies and the comments and stuff have to be this specific way, but Garcelle doesn't have to do the same, right? So what happened was when they were attacking Porsha, it wasn't bots, it was real people that were attacking Porsha. Garcelle, somebody tweeted that something about, it didn't say Porsha's name, but somebody tweeted that just because one child was attacked doesn't mean that you should go to another person's page and attack them. And she retweeted it.
Or Erika. One of Lisa or Erika had posted that about that.
No, it wasn't a housewife that I saw that did it.
It was
and
the housewife that did it was the girl from New York.
No, she said
I'm reading it.
She said something, but I'm saying somebody had tweeted something. It was a subscriber or somebody that tweeted something. Garcelle retweeted it. All Garcelle did was retweet it. What happened was, this is what I'm saying, the difference in everything. When it was Garcelle, everybody wanted everybody on the cast to make a statement towards Garcelle's son when he was being attacked. And honestly and truthfully, the first day, it was not even really nothing racially. It was just them coming at Oliver and about his past social condition. No, they should not, Larger. No, they should not have came to the 14-year page. I'm not saying that it's right. But now, since there was one or two things, since it was something about it racial, it's turned into all of the attacks were racial. And they made racial attacks on her son.
People
but it's like, hold me on the neck thing. That just, I'm sorry. That was no. Somebody better come out and apologize. Now, when you say everybody wanted, like, who wanted the other women to step in and apologize on behalf of Garcelle's son? The network, the fans. Who are you saying?
We don't know that. We don't know what made them apologize.
Right.
I saw different YouTubers basically saying that people need to come out and speak out, and the people who didn't come out and speak out about it were the people who were being blamed for this at first. Let me just say that. I don't want to put no names out there. But
so it's not Bravo. You're saying that you just, from your own experience and watching,
from what I'm seeing on YouTube, from what I'm seeing, people were specifically saying that everybody that was on the cast needs to come out. And then when a specific housewife, when Diana did say something yesterday, and she didn't use the name, it was, it's petty. You could have put their name in it. You could have said Garcelle and Jackson's name. You get what I'm saying?
I think it's because in people's hearts, they probably are leaning towards her having something to do with it. So they're not going to show her any mercy. And she's going to be overly scrutinized in any type of response she has to this. Honestly, like, the only truth we're going to get is when the reunion happens. Because even though it leads in that direction, I still don't know if Rinna and Diana were 100% behind this.
I definitely don't believe the boy now. But he's saying that he's going to the reunion. I definitely don't believe him now.
No, but the women, they're going to talk about this because they haven't started filming yet and all of this is happening. So that's when we're really going to get our truth. And hopefully, things are copacetic and they can resolve it. But I think that's when we're really going to get the truth. And I think until then, we could just support who we support and go from there.
I thought Diana was a wordsmith. When she attacked Philly Diva, it was, I use that type of language because I'm so educated and I'm a wordsmith.
she's just
I don't think so. I don't think so. I feel like, they just need to leave the kids alone. There's a drastic, glaring difference. And if people can't see the difference between a 30-year-old man who gets shot at for a living, being called a P word and should be able to handle it himself, and a 14-year-old boy being attacked by numerous people saying whatever they said, if nobody sees a difference beside that, then I'm just like in an alternate universe here, because there is a difference. These are two different things. And for Erika to try to freaking drag in her son in all this and being exactly co-signing on that dog whistle statement, talking about the woke people. She was talking about Black people coming for her son, supposedly. And but that wasn't even investigated to the point of being bots. And Bravo didn't need to say anything in that regard because it was an adult. This is a 14-year-old child who was attacked. And that's
was that the same son that Erika attacked?
Why didn't Bravo release a statement when his car flipped in the snow in Pasadena? That's when they should have released the statement.
Exactly.
Right. Is this the same son that Erika attacked at the party?
Yes, exactly. One. The one that Erika cussed at the party. Yes.
Well, Gabor, I want to apologize to you because you are not your panel. Well, because you are not your panel. You're your panel. And I wasn't feeling you for a couple of weeks. I was mad, but I didn't want to be one of those people in your comments because I see people write comments to kind of persecute you, and it's like, well, just don't go to his channel. You don't have to like what he says.
It's
I was
really
like,
hard. It's hard for a YouTuber because the minute that you say something that is not what the majority of people are thinking, then you kind of do get persecuted and prosecuted and stuff like that. That happens all the time.
Because it is his channel.
I honestly used to think when I used to watch YouTube, like, oh, Funky, why does Funky keep on coming on here? Because it's like he was always saying that anything he said, they were saying that he hated Black women, and all of a sudden now I see it. And I think that people keep on saying that I'm comparing Erika's son to Jax, and that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that it was other kids that have been attacked before. I'm not saying that it's right. It was other kids that's been attacked before. And just because Erika's son is 30 does not mean that she loves her son any less than Garcelle loves hers. And that's all I'm saying. And I'm sure that nobody can disagree with that.
Yeah.
Hey, Nina.
Hi.
Hey, Nina.
Hi, Nina.
Hey, Nina. Hey, everybody.
Long time no hear.
This has been really good. I have really enjoyed it. I've just been in here taking my braids out my hair for the last hour, listening to y'all. But
I know the pain. I had my hair braided one time.
That's that one time. So
unique.
But anyway, you talking about Erika and Garcelle. I'm gonna say this, and I always stand by. I don't like everything that Garcelle has to say or how she reacts, but I'm gonna always be Team Garcelle, no matter what. Now, I do say that, of course, we know that the intent on Jack's page was to solely hurt Garcelle, for one, and two, to try to bring up her son Oliver's drug addiction. But that was no place to go on Jack's page to do that. It don't matter if he said F you, cunt you, whatever. I'm just saying, I apologize, but it don't matter if he said that in his response or whatever. He's still 14 years old. And at some point, you got to know that he's still a child. And I know all children don't think alike. All children ain't alike. And some people more articulate than others. But that her son didn't have to be subject to that. Now, do Garcelle do everything right? No. Does Garcelle need to be on the show? I think she does. I think she brings controversial. She's not controversial. I'm just saying she's not controversial. She say what she said, and she was talking to Erika, y'all. When she went and said what she said to Erika, that was woman to woman.
Right.
That was woman to woman. When after Erika, when she said to her, do you think you have a drinking problem? I think you have a drinking problem.
Nina.
But that was woman to woman. But what I'm saying is, when Garcelle forgave Erika for what she said with Jax, and she did forgive her with what she said, I think anytime after that, and I said this before on your channel too, Garcelle, every time Erika opened up her mouth, I'm gonna try my best to come for her. Because you talk to my child. I'm going to come for you every time. I don't care if it's good, bad, or ugly. I'm going to come for you. But, it is what it is, But as far as Gabor and his peanut gallery, I'm a part of the peanut gallery.
No, you don't always stand on this. No, you don't always support the bashing. I've heard you recently start speaking up, Miss Nina. When I do troll and listen to the replay.
The bashing. The best.
I don't really. Hold on.
I've said this before. You're.
Hold on.
Oh, sorry.
I don't really want this to turn into this. I personally I'm a fan of Gabor's.
I love Gabor.
You cannot always control your panel, and I don't control mine, and I don't want to, because that's when people are giving their real opinions. Mm-hmm. I don't think that a content creator has to, unless it's something egregious, like condemn the things that their panel is saying. That is Gabor's channel, and whatever people say over on Gabor's channel.
What I want to say about his channel is it's free.
Sorry, my people are here. Keep talking.
What I want to say about Gabor's channel is he allows you to be free. Some people get out of hand. I get out of hand sometimes, but he allows you to be free. And Gabor, this is what I want to say about Gabor. When he says stuff, he'll let you agree to disagree with him. That's just how he is. Now, I'm just saying, I like Gabor. I love Gabor's channel.
No, there's no love lost. I just had to take a pause, because once I start seeing the consistent pattern of the gratuitous digs towards Garcelle, when I feel like Renna is just wackadoodle. There's plenty of material there, but I'm not going to tell Gabor how to run his channel, right? I feel that Erika got things going on that could be brought up. Kyle could be trashed, but I'm not going to tell Gabor how to run his channel. So when I say peanut gallery, I mean those people who are perpetuating the things that are said about Garcelle. And it's like, come on, you got so much more material with the other ladies, but you don't spend as much time. Huh?
I think it goes 50-50, because I know it's
Oh no, I've listened to some non-Real Housewives of Beverly Hills content, and Garcelle gets brought up. And again, I'm not going to tell Gabor how to run his channel.
No, I don't believe that.
But
you do, Gabor. You will find a way to use Garcelle as
every now and then, but most of the time
for something else.
Most of the time, other people bring it up though. Like I remember we was doing a live. I ain't said nothing about Garcelle, and somebody had said, Jocelyn had lines, not like Garcelle. It'd be stuff like that.
I know, and that's what I mean, because I feel like they do it, and I'm not trying to say people don't have a thought process of them for themselves, but I analyze some of the panelists because they're kind of constant, and then I feel like they're doing that to get in, this is my opinion, to get in your good graces and stay there and get into your favor. Like if they feel like if you back them up and they're backing you, it's like,
hey, Scotty,
I'm
you
always gonna have a place.
Man,
bring out the lube.
Hey,
Scotty.
Who that?
We can't hear you. You're muted.
Scotty by nature. You on mute, Mims.
He was showing him how to work the computer or something.
No, he said he was having company. I think we went over.
Mims is on mute.
That is hilarious. But you know what? I appreciate Gabor immensely. He's always created a space for people to come and share different opinions in a respectful manner and get what they need to say off their chest. And he never disrespects people. And he always He's true to himself. And you know what? He's just holds an awesome space over there on Gabor channel.
Hello?
And I don't think that him,
We can hear you now. Hey, Scotty.
him having control over his so-called peanut gallery is not the equivalent. You know what I mean? He doesn't have that. I don't think he would want people to disagree with him all the time.
No, and the thing is I'm not saying I don't have love for Gabor. I'm just saying I myself just had to take a pause. That's all.
Yeah.
They can hear you.
But I also think like people are totally entitled to have similar opinions, exact opinions, whatever. And it's not the YouTube channel host's fault. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people might subscribe to his belief, and that's okay. They found this place where they can agree on and commemorate the same types of things, you know? But he also welcomes different opinions. So I don't really know. Maybe you sound a couple days or something. Sorry, Capricorn.
This is not what this, guys.
It's okay. Is it a
This
channel?
was not what this was supposed to be about.
Man.
No, I just said that because I didn't want to be fake. Gabor was here, and I was like, let me just be honest while he's on this platform. You know, I didn't want to be fake. I didn't want it to become this either. But there's no love lost. I had to take a break for a little while. That's all.
We don't want to get, guys. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. That's what makes YouTube great. I support Gabor. He is my real life friend. And I will never question what goes on Gabor's channel.
I love Gabor.
Gabor has
Gabor.
I heard he was fine.
Gabor is
well, again, I'm gonna say I still support Gabor. Gabor,
it's
do I
cool,
not still
y'all.
give you super chats?
Yeah, you do. You do, y'all. It's cool.
Let's not. I'm just being real with him. That's all.
We just. What was I saying? I don't want this to turn about something a Gabor channel. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We just talking about Garcelle.
But guys, okay, so my company is here. So I'm gonna have to cut this live short. I think Scotty said he's gonna be doing this tomorrow.
Doing what tomorrow?
Beverly Hills.
I don't even watch that like that.
Okay, well he's
not gonna do Beverly Hills no more. We don't want Beverly Hills no more, Mims. We tired of Beverly Hills. We ready for the reunion.
No, because if I do Beverly Hills, y'all gonna be mad at me because I'm gonna call them bitches and hoes and stuff.
Please.
I hate everybody on the show except Garcelle and Sutton and Kathy.
Thank you.
Oh, I won't hate that. No.
Scotty, I knew you was hidden for a reason. You have come to the light.
I hate everybody else.
The Dark Magician is here. Hi, Jamal.
Okay, but guys, we gotta go. Thank you so much for being here. Hit the like button. Definitely subscribe if you are not subscribed. And I will see you again soon.
Bye.
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 Peace.
Oh, you got it going on both.